Oh,
Bonjour Genevieve. Oh, good morning. I was going to say bonjour Genevieve. It's not the English, it's not the French, but it's the English version. You see that? That's the beauty of being bilingual. So I know you guys, had the pleasure of listening and the honor of listening to a French, an interview a month ago almost about, talking about women development de la femme au 21e siècle. So today I have the honor again, the pleasure to have the host again, Genevieve Mwana, with the French version this time, the English version this time. You see that? I'm mixing my mind. Anyways, it's like the bilingual mind. You see, it's not easy to be speaking two languages, but we manage that. Just for you also, we're having to bring today exclusively the English version of that interview. Thank you so much, G, for allowing me to reach you again despite your busy schedule. You're mom entrepreneur, so we know it's not easy. Nevertheless, we are grateful that we're able to share that little, still a little bit of your time so we can enlighten us a little bit without branding. So without further ado, could you please introduce yourself?
yes. So, good evening, Bricia. Thank you so much for having me yet again on our English version of our interview. So, my name is Genevieve Mwana, and I am a personal brand strategist and mindset coach for female entrepreneur. I help my clients and other women, just like you, build world-class personal brands so they can stand out, be seen, be heard, and of course, get paid.
Good. That's good. That's good. Well, we're gonna be starting really smoothly and justly, like what we say. I have a nice say, and I've believed in that for many years. And as I'm growing up, spiritually and mentally, they're saying that beauty starts from within. What do you think about it?
I grew into knowing that to be true. Right? We, as grown up women, we are called to grow, obviously. We're going to keep growing, but as at the age we've come in, it couldn't be further from the truth. Beauty truly comes from within. And early on today, on my social media, someone asked, oh no, that was yesterday, someone asked if you could say anything to your 18-year-old self, what would you say to her? And my advice to my own
That's
age.
a good question. That's a good question. I got to think about it.
Will be to love herself, unconditionally, because everything else will be given or will come to her from that. And growing up, I was as a teenager and in my early 20s, my face was covered with acne. But the funny thing, I can remember, it never deterred me. It never um, played on my confidence, reduced my confidence. I never felt ashamed of it. If I can remember, at the contrary, I was so bold and confident in myself, regardless, of the way my face was covered. When I say covered, it was not 1, 2, 3. It was covered in acne. But somehow I knew that did not define me, right? And I've learned to know and appreciate who I am first, right? So that what is within you is what is going to be reflected on your face, your light, your energy, your vibe. So yes, beauty comes from within, definitely. And the makeup, the hair, everything, the nails, that is the cherry on the cake.
Oh, okay, cherry on the cake. I already hear that. She says she dropped a cherry on the cake. So, it's true. Thank you so much for this answer. That is true. It is so true. Like the cherry on the cake. Like we need to acknowledge that for many years we've been told that yes, you need to take care of this. You need to have the nice dresses. You need to have heels and stuff. But you know what? Beyond beauty, I would say that beyond beauty, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of cups. There is a lot of women that's like be beauty and shut up. So for many years, you didn't have to express. You couldn't express yourself as a woman just because you were viewed as I wouldn't say minority or sex faible, like you say in French, but now you know that you have a power within you. So what do you think that, why should a woman redefine her mindset in 21st century in order for her to become that one that she was supposed to, she was born to be?
Definitely, mindset is a huge part. It's all about knowing yourself first as a human being, you know, knowing your potential, knowing your purpose, your calling, your values, what you stand for, what you want to be recognized for, what you want to be appreciated for, what kind of experience you want to leave people with, right? Because every connection, every relationship that we have is about the experience that you give other people of your presence, right? Your presence is a blessing to other people. So when it comes to your mindset, and in order for you to be that woman that you were called to be, there is a work to be done. There is masks to be taken. There are limits to be blown. Sometimes there are reconsideration of everything that you've been taught. Sometimes up until 35, up until 39, up until 40, 45. I mean, at every stages of growth, I encounter women who need to do that work, right? Of unraveling who they really are and honoring it, owning it, to be able to really step into their power. And today, in order for you to be recognized or to live, to embody the woman that you were called to be, it's impossible to do that without looking at yourself in a mirror, checking your belief, questioning your belief, and asking yourself, are the beliefs that I have about me, about the world, about the relationship, of the experience, about God, the universe, is everything serving me? Is everything helping me to thrive? If the answer is yes, amazing, continue. If the answer is no, then you have to stop and look at, okay, what do I need to change? How can I make it so that everything that I believe in serves me and my purpose and allows me to flourish and embody and be the woman that I was called to be?
I love it. And the key word there is to serve, because we often think that, okay, and then we let other things, other people outside of our service, whereas we should be focused on ourselves. How can I serve myself? And then coming to that is drive me to the next question. What's the bad? Do you believe that, in comparison, should we compare ourselves? Oh, if not, what is the bad? Because that's kind of a big word that women, okay, we are into. We always like checking, like checking other people think, what is she's doing, and that thing is driving, I think, and I believe that is driving away us far away from our own purpose. Instead of focusing about the reason, like I said, what you have unique to bring to the world, what can I make the world better, what can I serve, you focus on why can I be seen by another woman, another person differently, or can I look like her? So what do you think about comparison? I mean, is it a good thing? I mean, why should we compare yourself, or why not?
Okay.
I know it's a big thing. I know that.
I know. I shared a beautiful text. I do not remember the author. On one of my social media platform, and basically it was saying that we come from an infinite mind, right? Who created everything from a grain of sand to how do you say that? The grain of sand and snowflakes in a very unique way. Not two grains of sands look together, not two snowflakes look together. And in the same way, you have been created unique, right? Because we come from an infinite mind who can create and recreate everything single-handedly, right? And there is a purpose for you being the way that you are. Then he went on to say, then how silly, how stupid, put on my French, excuse my French, how stupid then it is to compare yourself to anybody. That's true. Right? That what I can do, only me can do, and what you can do, only you can do. And appreciate that and recognize that. I always tell people, my clients, when you start comparing yourself, you are moving out of your lane. Imagine Usain Bolt running a race and not staying in his lane. One, he's disqualified.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
2, he's distracted. And 3, he's going to lose.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
It's very tempting. We all go through it. I've been through it. I cannot say that I am I cannot say that I am how do you say that? What's the word? Immune to comparison.
Immune, yeah.
Right? That's not true. However, when you catch yourself comparing, right? That's where mindset comes in again. You have to be able to snap yourself out of it and realize, oh, wait a minute, I'm losing sight of me. I'm losing sight of my vision. I'm losing sight of my purpose, because what the other person is doing, the path that she's walking is not the same. You might try to go and walk her path and then fall down, right? And maybe not be able to pick yourself up, right? When you compare, when you start looking at what someone else said, I always say you give away your power. That's it. You give away your power. And then there is a strategic way in business to look at what competitors are doing, not in order to copy, emulate, compare yourself, but to study, do some research, and find out how you can improve. Right? How you can improve and how you can serve your audience better. And that's the only purpose, that's the only time you should look at what someone else is doing. Because from the moment we start comparing ourselves, self-doubt, it's like opening the door to everything negative, everything that's going to come and knock you down. And when you open the door, believe me, self-doubt is right there waiting for you just to open the door.
That is true, just right there.
It's waiting, and then questioning, and then doubting yourself, and all of that, they're all gonna come through, and then it's gonna be harder than to clear up your mind and be focused again. It's gonna take you double the time, the effort to get back in your lane.
I like that. Thank you so much. Why do you think that? Because I always think and I figure out that we are all controlled by our mind. You know, that's why we are both decide to be mindset coaches. And then, how do you think that the importance of self-check? What does a woman needs, to avoid that comparison or whatsoever, those negativity, to stay away? Why is it important to self-check, like every second, every minute? Or how can I do? You have like a lot of tips to get to the house sister out there was still struggling about that kind of mindset. How can I fight about that little devil, that little voice that's telling you cannot do it? I know, what? How can I build that up so that I can, just open up like this flower. You have beautiful flower here in spring. She's still another thing, but before we know, she's blowing. How can she blossom and defy that mindset?
That's a brilliant question. And the first thing that comes to mind is ease and flow. It seems like when a flower is blooming, she's just like letting herself go. There is no resistance.
That's
right?
True.
Then it's the same with us. The thing is, limiting beliefs are not to be resisted or fought against, right? They are to be just not welcome, but just acknowledged. That's it. And recognize that a thought is just that. It's just like a cloud. It will disappear. It's just passing through your mind. But what the problem is when you become a host to your limiting belief and you let them sit and you let them invade your space, right? This is your space. This is your kingdom. You're the queen, right? You have to reign. But those clouds, those limiting beliefs, those doubts, you just have to acknowledge them and just recognize that a thought is just that, a thought. It's going to pass. And you don't have to linger on it. When it takes power, when it becomes heavy, is when we start paying attention to it. And where energy goes, your focus
Mhm.
is going to grow as well, right?
That is true.
It's just that recognize that a thought is just a thought, and that's it. It becomes a belief when you uh, think it over and over and over and over. You are the thinker, right? You are the thinker, and the thinker has the power, not the thought. Not the thought. The thought has power only when you start thinking it.
That is true. The thought has the power when you start thinking. And I love the fact that you talk about energy, because they say everything is energy. Everything is
Mhm,
energy. And
mhm.
whatever your focus goes, your energy goes to there.
Yeah.
And I was saying that every self check, like every morning, what I do, my own self check every morning, I wake up, I fill my cup up. Because I'm like, it doesn't matter. Yesterday I had a long day. I came out with a man, but when I wake up in the morning, it's like, yeah, I'm full of energy. I fill myself up to the 100%.
You have.
So that when I go out there, I'm ready. And you
Yes.
gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. And like you say, you the one that's sitting. You got your crown. You
Mhm.
gotta be strong enough, and you start from here. Always within your mind. And if you did whatever, and that happened to you, you say that to us. Like for many years, I had that self-doubt controlling my mind. I cannot do it. I didn't know that I was gonna be able to have if you're talking to Jenny, hello, I couldn't even go. Now I'm like talking. So basically, those little monsters, those little rushes, little things, they're the killers of your dreams, ladies. So, before I precise, we're making that little interview so we can open up. We have the power within. You're a queen, you're born a queen. I always say that you're not a queen because you're becoming somebody's queen in the kingdom. You were born a queen. I
Absolutely.
always say that. You were born a queen, so you have to acknowledge. You're not a queen because you become a mother or no. It's your title, you own it.
Mm-hmm.
It's your spirit, you own it, and you have to carry your crown. It doesn't matter your past, it doesn't matter, but you were born to be a queen. You're a queen, you're born queen. So for that, you have to be in a mind, in your mindset. It
Mm-hmm.
has to be there. That's why that mindset is to be so strong so that you become unshakable. And
Absolutely.
it's important, ladies. It's so, so important. And again, this interview doesn't mean like to throw you guys stones or to judge anybody. We're not here to judge. We're here to help. We're here to help you become the best version of yourself. We have to help you blossom
Mm-hmm.
to the power and develop that beauty that's within you and
Mm-hmm.
become the best version of yourself. So that's the reason why we have that thing. That's the reason why we become coach, so we can help our sisters around the world become the best version of themselves. It's not easy, but it's a work in progress. And then look about it. Why do you think that in today's it's easy for women to just let go of creativity? Because a lot of women are saying, how can she, can I, like a young lady right now, do you have any tips for her to just start like open herself up and just become that version she's supposed to be in that 21st century? If there's still any boundaries, does she still, do they still have a reason? Do women still have a reason for them not to discover who they are, not to try out there and become the one they were supposed to be born with?
I would say in this day and age, you have no reason not to discover who you were born to be, right? You have no reason to, because first, it's a disservice to yourself. And second, it's a bigger disservice to the people who you are supposed to help, right? We are all like links. We are all connected. We are all linked. So you were born with a purpose, and there is a huge amount of people that you are supposed to impact, right? If it's not in this generation, it's going to be in the next generation, because you can impact someone today, and that impact is going to impact their generations, right? So there is no excuse whatsoever not to be the woman you were called to be today. Not the children. That doesn't work anymore.
I got 10 kids.
Right? That doesn't work anymore.
Cross that.
No, that doesn't work anymore. Or, you know, oh, the husband, or the marriage, or the family, it doesn't work anymore, because everything else depends on you and your fulfillment and your happiness and your joy, because you are a giver. Look, a woman, we are givers, right? We are givers. So an unfulfilled woman what is it that you're going to give?
Yeah. That is
Right?
true.
Really think about that. The more you are fulfilled, the more you are walking in your calling, the more you are loving yourself, the more you are honoring yourself and your desires and your dreams, the more the people around you are going to benefit from it. So there's no such thing as not being creative. That is so not true. That is a big lie. We are all so creative. We are born creative,
Mm-hmm.
right?
We create babies.
Hello.
Beautiful babies, beautiful
Hello.
souls. So hey, hello.
Hello. Everything that is put into a woman is called to grow and multiply,
There you go.
right?
There you go.
And develop. So there's no such thing. I used to believe that I was not creative. I used to believe that creativity was only for people who were making music, drawing, for artists,
That's true. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That was my belief.
Mm-hmm.
Until one day I had my moment where I had to sit down and really look at myself and look at my life and do, take on that self-development journey where I discovered that I am over creative, actually, right?
That's true.
So we all have something inside of us that needs to come out. And your art is that thing. Your art is that purpose. You are an artist. Every single one of us are artists. And it's not only because Beyonce can sing, Mozart can play the piano. I mean,
It has magical figures.
they are creative. That is so not true. We are all creative in our own way. But when you find your passion, when you find your purpose, there lies your creativity. Your juice is just gonna flow, and you'll be like, you're gonna have to learn to start one thing and finish it, and then when you complete it, you start the other, and not starting doing so many projects at the same time. We are all creative. You just have to find your purpose and find what you're really good at, what you love doing, actually, what you really love doing, and that you see yourself doing for the rest of your life. There lies your creativity.
That is awesome. That is good. So thank you for that. But that because we all think, like you said, yes, I used to think, okay, you're a musician, you are, you're talented because you're a musician, because you dance. You come like, okay, I don't know how to dance. I don't like it. But I mean, there's some, like you say, everybody has something with it,
Mm-hmm.
and that woman should love herself first. Should love herself in her uniqueness. Should accept herself the way she was, a whole, because a lot of women are suffering today, and that's why we're talking about that mindset thing, because they don't love themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they're suffering because other people, they're waiting for love, the love coming from outside sources, where it shouldn't be that way.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any remedy or any tips for those young ladies being on that quest of waiting for love coming from outside, what should that be?
First of all, you can never find anything outside of yourself. It's impossible. um Unless I'm being wrong here. Everything is within you, and
Mhm.
once you find it within you, then you can recognize it outside. Then someone else can recognize it and be attracted to you, right? And then create that
True.
connection with you.
Mhm.
Self-love um, is the most important gift you can give to yourself. The most important relationship in your life, except the one with your creator, is the relationship that you have with yourself. Because based on how you treat yourself, based on how you speak to yourself, other people are going to mirror that back to you. We make that mistake of thinking that the Prince Charming is going to come and it's going to save us, it's going to love us so much. But they can only love you to the measure that you love yourself.
That is true. Yeah.
Once again,
Mhm.
right? So the more you love yourself, the more your cup, we're talking about filling up your cup. The cup is going to overflow. Then when you give to other, you give from a place of overflow and not from a place of lack, right? When you feel like there's something missing inside of you, that there's a hole inside of you and you want a hole, that is a lie. That is not true. You are whole. You have to feel that whole yourself and realize that you are lacking nothing, you are missing nothing, and you have to heal yourself by loving yourself.
That is true. That is really true. Okay, last question. Talking about women and money.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of women still have think, oh my God, can I attract money? Can I have money? No, money is not me. It's just only for men.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have in mind about what do you know? How can you share with us or with our young lady that yes, you're a woman, but you can, there is a relationship. There's always been a relationship between money and a woman.
Yes, yes, yes. There is a relationship. Um, we have, once again, it's all a question of belief. It's amazing how everything is about the belief. So your relationship with money, once again, is about the beliefs that you have towards money, right?
Yeah.
And what you've been taught about money by your parents, by the people who have the most influence, who have had the most influence on you. What have you been taught about money? What do you believe about money today? Whatever you believe about money is what you're going to experience. If you believe that you have to work hard for money, then yes, you're going to have to work hard for money. If you believe that you can never make the amount of money that you desire, yes, you are never going to make the amount of money that you desire, because your beliefs are like programs that you put into your inner computer, right? So once a program is set, the program has to run, right? Until you press a button and stop the program, change the programming, put in some new instructions, it's gonna work the same, right? So my own experience with money has been an experience of letting go, has been an experience of trust. You have to trust that everything is taken care of, that whatever you need is gonna, I'm gonna say that it's gonna show up whenever you need it. This has been my experience until I let go of the resistance of trying to find out where the money was going to come from. When I said, I'm just gonna let go, I'm just gonna trust, that's when it started rolling in, right? Not that I was sitting and doing nothing all day. No, I do my mindset work. I'm working on my purpose. I'm doing what I'm called to do. I am serving other people. And it comes. Like, I can almost say that it magically just shows up in your life. And that is not a lie.
You just attract it. You just
You
attract it.
do. You do.
Yes, you can attract it, woman. You can.
You do. And money is such a taboo subject in our society, and about money, and
Yeah.
money has become a sign of power, but it's only the power that we give to it. We've given so much power to money, and
Yeah.
all that power have to be stripped back and reclaimed, knowing that you are the master. Once again, you are the queen, and money is the servant. Money is supposed to serve you and your life, not the opposite.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Let money serve you.
Yes, not the opposite, not the opposite. And there is nothing wrong with desiring having lots of money or lots sum of money, but it comes with understanding, it comes with knowledge, it comes with education,
Mhm.
right?
And that's the key. That's the key, guys. You need to
Yeah,
educate yourself.
yeah, you have to learn how to manage that. Otherwise, it's going to manage you.
Uh-oh, that's a haha moment right there. There you go, guys. You gotta learn how to manage that. And like my Simone was saying, if whatever you don't manage, you lose it.
Mhm.
You lose it. So you have to learn it. Oh my God, that was just a pleasure to have you, G. But closing, if anyone wants to reach out, you want to work with you, want to do business with you, want to do anything with you, how can they reach you? Or where can they find you?
Absolutely. So you can find me almost everywhere. You can find me on my website, www.genevievemwana.com. I'm also on Facebook as Genevieve Mwana, my personal profile. But it's better to reach me on my professional page, which is Elite Personal Branding with Jen. I'm also on LinkedIn and Instagram as Genevieve Mwana.
Okay, guys, you got it. There is no more reason in 21st century for you not to become the woman you called to be. You got coaches like her, like me, and then, I'm still learning. I still have a lot to learn, but I know at least I know my purpose now. And then, as we're going, we're growing and we're glowing. See, and everything is just about knowledge, guys. Knowledge. Learn to knowledge, learn, invest in yourself, invest in that mindset. It's time that we just, like she said, scratch, like you say, like the way you scratch, remove that old mask, remove those old beliefs that you cannot be successful, because it doesn't matter where you were born, it doesn't matter how you will come, it doesn't matter what happened in your life, you can become that woman you were called to be. That was Bricia Mayombo, lifestyle mindset coach. That was my pleasure and honor to have, G on this wonderful interview. So I hope that we serve you, and then we're gonna help, towards your journey. And don't hesitate to reach any of us, with love, peace, and harmony. Until we see each other again. Bye bye.
See you soon. Bye bye.